Hey YouTube, once again your Vaping Minuteman is back, and today what we're doing is we are reviewing Particle X by Space Jam. Now this is another e-liquid that I got in my vape box. I gotta keep remembering to point this way. But you know what, let's go ahead, hop down, let's look at the blackboard, and let's go ahead and talk about everything. Okay, now that we are back, let's resize this real quick. I ain't cutting this. Okay, there we go. I didn't think to fix that, but oh well. Okay, now we are ready to review. Now, as you know, we do have 4 main parts. As always, we have flavor, clouds, cost, and label. So, let's go ahead and let's start from the beginning. Flavor. Now, this is supposed to be, according to my trusty dusty vape box, excuse me, a blue raspberry cotton candy. Now, I'll tell you personally, I'm not a big fan of cotton candies normally. I'm not a big fan of blue raspberries. So, I wasn't really looking forward to this one when I tasted it. But I have tasted it in both my Athena as well as my Dead Rabbit, and I did taste it in my tank. I ran it through a couple times, and we'll get to that here in a couple seconds, but I'm going to take a quick toke of it. Might help to unlock. Now, you definitely can taste the cotton candy. The blue raspberry doesn't really hit you till right at the end. And that's when you're using an RDA. Now, when you're using a tank, I have to say it is lackluster. I had high hopes that Space Jam would actually have a little bit of flavor, because they were one of the first companies that I ever vaped as a kid. As a beginning vapor. So I was really a kid when it came to vaping. But this one really is lackluster to me. So I'm going to have to give flavor a 3. I hate doing it, but I have to be fair. Now, when it comes to clouds, it's good. I mean, it is a max VG. So knowing that it is max VG, it would provide a good cloud. So let's go ahead and look at it real quick. As you see, good cloud production. So, I'm going to have to give the cloud production a 4. Now, label, I have to say, I'm very proud of Space Jam. For any of you that had bought Space Jam before, they had a really bad label. They had really bad marketing, and I just really didn't like it then, and it was looking bad on the industry. But let's go ahead and pull up my down bottom cam, and I'll show you this up close a little bit. As you see, very simple labeling. I love that new planet. All the California warnings, everything like that. Very, very simple. And I like the green bottle simply because the green bottle will help light from getting inside of the e-liquid. And it is a very clear e-liquid, so that's another good thing that's going for it. So, label and branding, I would have to actually give that a... let's see. Let's give the labeling a... I'm going to give it a 4. I mean, I think it comes out pretty good when it comes to actually being in place of where it should be, so I have to give it a 4. Now, cost. This one is a little tricky because it's falling in that middle range. So I'm really going to have to give it a 3 because on the cheapest side I could find, it was $15.95 for a 30 mil. And according to VapeBox, it's 15. So the price is pretty comparable. So I'm going to go ahead and say it's 15. And at $15 for a 30 mil, that right there is at 50 cents a mil. So that's on the high end of what I like to do. So I have to give cost a 3. I mean, had it been up, had it been a lower price per mil, I probably would have given this a better rating when it comes to cost. So let's go ahead and pull out the old trusty dusty calculator. 6 divided by 4, and it comes out to a B plus A minus. The clouds and the label saved this one. Now, some people would say flavor is the most important thing. That's all on who is actually looking at it. You know, personally, for me, would I recommend this one? With the flavor situation, probably not. Because that flavor, I agree, for the most part, flavor is one of the most important things. The clouds and the label, they are important as well, and so is cost. But that flavor has to be there. If it's not there, you really can't recommend it. And at a 3.5, that's just a B. I mean, I really don't approve of it unless it's an A. If it's up there in that 3.7, 3.8, 3.94, then I can recommend it. But really, especially considering flavor only got a B, I mean, because it's good in an RDA, but it sucks in a tank. So that about wraps it up, guys. Don't forget, as always, go out there, sign up for CASA, sign up for the Vaping Militia, because we do have to. I'm sorry, Vaping Militia no longer exists. I keep saying that because that's always been my closing. But, you know, we do have to fight for our rights. Yeah, come over, join my Vaporium. As always, we would love to have you. But let's close this out like normal, guys. You gotta fight for your right to vape. Yeah!